I remember a bit of badinage between myself. Oh, there's that word again, myself. You know how I feel about that word. Allow myself to introduce myself. Thank you, Mike Myers. Go ahead and put out a fourth one. Go ahead. Go to the well one too many times, Mike. They all do. Go ahead. Mr. Love Guru. Elizabeth Hurley was it for me, boy. Head and shoulders above all of the others. Except perhaps the Japanese twins. Yeah. In full costume. Yeah. Every man knows exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. And probably most of the women do too, but every man does. Yeah. What is that checklist things to do before I die or something? Make it with Japanese twins and he checks it off. Oh, yeah. Sex? Yes, please. Come on. The interview, the application with whomever it was, the second one, the blonde girl. Check. Yes, please. That's a man, baby. Why won't this wig come off? The women have all gone, but the guys are still hanging on. Yep. I bet I've gone from San Antonio to Dallas in a motor vehicle, an auto car, Auto Union Machina, faster than you have. Bet I have. And he had to make some kind of job interview. I don't know. I've been hitchhiking. I started in Tucson. I'm just drifting. I'm a drifter. I'm a walker. And I find myself riding shotgun in this old decommissioned police Fury. Plymouth Fury. It still had the tank hookups, the nozzle hookups on the floor for the nitrous. To help the car go faster. For people that don't know, we're not talking laughing gas. I guess in a way we are. But it's laughing gas for the engine. How's that? It makes the engine really happy. You know that game, Lane Splitter, where you're on the motorcycle and it goes faster and faster and you got to keep changing lanes or you plow into the back of a car? Yeah. Now picture that for I don't know how, 90 minutes? Or over 100 most of the way. And what is that? Interstate 75, 65? I don't know. The one that kind of runs down through Texas there. Yeah, that's a car ride. Huh. Drifting. I just drifted. Yeah, I remember being in her kitchen. In her kitchen, that sounds... Okay, don't stop it. Dirty baby bear. I was in her kitchen. Those damn dogs. Oh, God, those dogs. Wow, we've never been able to get them to not terrorize the neighbors when they walk down the fence of our property. I'm like, that's because you try to be their friend. First, you got the order mixed up. You and your husband. Now a strange husband. You threw away that very thing that you sought. What is that fucking movie you were so high on? Beautiful Creatures, something like that? Beautiful Creatures? Yeah, I should have a fucking DVD made of that and just mail it to you every month for the rest of your life. And that's what you had with me, and you threw that away. And I showed you exactly what you were doing, and you threw it away anyway. God forbid that I should love you for you, and not the fact that you were a Miller Lite girl. You know, you wouldn't have that. But I could love you for you. There, I confess. It's already a new year for me. I've already hung up Poyer's calendar. I got January 2023 up there. We are, wait till you see July. You'll have to wait a while for that. Oh, I already peeked and looked ahead. It's like a German silver with orange stripe. Oh my goodness. Y'all. We always seem to destroy that which we want the most somehow, don't we? Like the scene from Tommy Boy, where he's sitting at the desk pitching somebody, Brian Dennehy, and he's alongside David Spade, and he gets carried away and he starts burning the guy's cars on his desk, and he just has a meltdown along with the plastic cars that he's just melted or destroyed. It's kind of like that. It's like a brush fire. It starts and then it just goes. And you can't take your foot off the pedal. So you continue to go faster. I said to her, well, then we're done. I'll just call it quits. And that fence I put in the backyard for your crazy ass dogs, well, I guess you're just going to get your own fence, won't you? She said, no, I'll have my beau come by and pull up the poles. She always bested me. Maybe partially I let her. I never delivered my full strength to her for fear that she would not be able to, she would crumble. Like when I began to pick up her game of, what is it, that mahjong where you gotta make, it's like rummy with tiles, whatever. And as I'm a very good game player. And as I began to master her game quickly, I noticed that she didn't want to play anymore. Hadn't beat her yet, but I was starting to get closer and closer. And then she didn't want to play anymore. That's human nature, to a large part. That's why I said to her, even after it was over, I hid my power from you because I was so smitten with you, with your soul. Not your Miller Lite body. Miller Lite girl body. And she knew it. And she wouldn't have any of it. And she destroyed it. Yeah, we often, we tear up that which we cherish the most. We destroy it somehow. One way or the other, with obsessive compulsiveness or... Why do we do that? This woman that I'm telling you about is brilliant. Her raw computing power, it's greater than mine. Again, and I've touched on her before. It was part of the reason that attracted me to her. I don't care how Britney Spears you look. If you're blowing bubble gum in the corner, you can stay there. One of her favorite shows was Shameless. Yes. Shameless. Why? I'll bet a lot of people that hear this track know the show and they followed it. They liked it. Like Orange is the New Black. Remember how I talked earlier, you have to go way back, and I singled a few men out. One of them was one of the content creators, Pauligia. I've watched this man. I've watched his guests. This man's very intelligent. He's so well versed in the subject matter that he proffers to his viewers that I believe He's now drowning in information. You see, I don't think this guy's dumb. I don't know him beyond his show. I'm sure he's a fine human being. I always extend that to whomever before I know you. I will assume the best. He's also a smart, listen to him, he's a smart man, he's an intelligent human being. Learned and intelligent. And yet I fear he drowns in information. This woman here I'm telling you about, this Miller Lite girl, I know her IQ was tickling genius, 170. And she gravitated towards shows like Shameless and Fantasy, Beautiful Creatures. What is that with all the witches and the warlocks in the room that spins around and around? Yeah. Based loosely on a young love affair, young love between a young witch in the making wannabe and some young guy. So there's her fantasy, and there is her food for thought. Shameless. That show is disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. It takes every possible aspect of human nature and drags it through the mud. Oh, I bet you've got a few shows like that. A lot of you that hear this track, oh yeah. You got your NCIS and whatever. Something that is an affront against man. And the more vile and horribly it can be committed, the better. And the more you lap it up. Forgive them, Father. They know not what they do.